All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Charkwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS who have taught us this word and teach us this word today. And we want to give a salutation unto the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Yatazakba with the GMS Nebraska kit here with
You call them off.
Ratazawan.
Khan. And what we want to get into today is just get into this prophecy of Revelation chapter 13, talking about the MOTB yet again, and that's the thing, we have to continue to preach this song, continue to talk about these prophecies, until, it's the Lord's will that our job be done, because there's nothing else we need to be prophesying about. There's one doctrine, one song, and we're gonna continue to sing that song. We have to continue to prepare the minds of the people and ourselves, as the scriptures say. And let's grab
I
let's
did.
grab First Timothy. It's like what you say.
I did have a precept for you.
Okay, kind. Yeah, kind. We can get that, and then we'll grab precept I had.
Well, what you had, we can pull that up too.
Okay. I have First Timothy chapter 4 verse 16.
Okay. All right. First Timothy 4 verse 16. Uh, you want to get that first, brother?
Kind. Yeah, let's get that first.
First Timothy 4:16. So it says, "Take heed." Excuse me. It says, First Timothy 4 verse 16. It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee."
So this is talking about us teachers and us prophets. It says, "Take heed unto ourselves and unto the doctrine." So we have to make sure that we're teaching properly. We have to make sure that we continue to teach properly, and that we're walking upright. Acting out the things that we are preaching. And it says that we continue to take heed unto the doctrine, and we continue teaching, continue preaching the right thing. It says that we'll save ourselves and them that hear us. And we have to continue to push it out, because the time is coming where we're going to be faced with this hour of temptation, that we're going to have to make a choice whether or not we receive this mark. And we have to prepare the minds of the people and let them know what to look for, what to stay away from, how to prepare. So that's why we keep going over this thing over and over and over. You know, we can grab what you had though.
If I may add on to your point, brother, then I'll grab that precept. 'Cause that's why, through the spirit that the apostle to R here at Great Millstone, when he mentioned about brothers should be doing videos every day, and one example that he shows forth is not only does he put up multiple videos a day where you can hardly keep up with him, right? But he always emphasizes and shows it through his work, going to these prophecies, going to these prophecies, going to these breakdowns, going to these prophecies, going to these breakdowns. So, just adding to the brother's point is their word has to be put out there, and there's many men that are able to teach. That this prophecy and other prophecies written within the scriptures are coming out at ad nauseum. But it's for, like the brother mentioned, for the sake of people being privy to it. Okay.
Uh,
Just real quick, to back up something you were saying earlier, Luke chapter 19 and verse 13, it says, matter of fact, I'll just go up one verse. To verse 12, it says, "He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return." It says, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, "Occupy till I come." Right. And just like it says in Sirach 39:1, occupy, he that is meditated upon the Lord will occupy in prophecies, which to be occupied in some means to be busy in it. Right. It's a job, and through the spirit, this is how we're paid. And it's, spiritually, is that we're constantly being busy within, knowing what the MOTB is, knowing what's coming for the nation of Israel, constantly digging into these things and putting it out there, you know. And those 10 pounds is really talking about really our ability to put forth work, and really like correlating with flipping the talents. We have to be continually busy, and in prophecy, we have to be continually busy in that, right? So yeah, that's all I want to mention, brother.
Yeah, and we're reaching a time where this Esau is really moving in regards to this prophecy. Like it is more relevant than ever. And so as things are updating, we're updating the people and blowing that trumpet. And that's what we're gonna get into now. We can pull up that article, you know, as well as we're gonna get into this article, we're gonna get into some scriptures, um, and just get into it, Lord willing, the lesson is edifying. But we can go ahead and get into it.
Yep, I got you. So this is an article. This is from Yahoo Finance, and this came out. Let's see, Wednesday, April 22nd. So roughly about a week ago. So it says Elon Musk says, quote, everyone can have a penthouse if they want, end quote, as AI and robotics trigger amazing abundance.
Right. So it says Elon Musk is coming out. He's talking about this universal high income that that will come about. And this universal high income will the climate that he's saying is that's gonna make this possible is with robots and AI taking jobs. Now the thing is, he's saying, okay, well, all these robots taking jobs, I mean humans won't have to work, and these robots are gonna create such a ubiquitous space that not only will humans not have to work, but you will receive a universal high income, which is basically saying that every for every like week or bi-weekly or every month, everybody's going to receive a lump sum of money and a lot of it to where you'll be able to get a penthouse or you'll be able to live the life of your dreams or do whatever you want and live peacefully. Now, so Esau's coming with this prosperity thing. How do you think what system do you think that that's going to come through? It's going to come through that MOTB because we have to understand Esau is going to make this MOTB seem like it's a beautiful thing, and he's gonna make it to where you're tempted to get it. That's why it's the hour of temptation. He's gonna make it to where it seems like, man, my life would be so much better if I had this. And that goes into we was there's this Black Mirror episode, that we was all watching. It's kind of brings out that type of thing. It's called Common People, where the woman, one of the main characters in the episode, she had a tumor, and to heal her, a company came and was like, hey, we'll heal her of her tumor, but you got to get this chip,
Yeah.
like a Neuralink type thing. And we see that relevant today. Elon Musk is coming with the Neuralink. He's saying that he can heal um paralyzed people. If you're paralyzed, you can live life as if you have no ailment at all, doing miracles. And we can go ahead and y'all brothers had anything y'all want to.
Yeah. I had just for edification's sake, the universal high income, what it is. It says universal high income, and this is an AI overview. It says that it is a proposed economic model championed by Elon Musk, where AI and robotics generate immense wealth and abundance, allowing the government to provide through automated, unconditional, high-level payments a
Mhm.
comfortable life to all citizens rather than just meeting basic needs.
And you want to know, so Elon Musk is championing this thing, but you want to know what else he has said? He said that soon phones are going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah,
Now, how would that come about where we live in a society where our heads are always down on our phone? We live in a society that has made people individualistic to a point because of these phones, where we spend hours on it. And he's saying that soon this is going to be phased out. Well, what's going to replace that? That chip is going to replace it. That's going to be your new phone. That's going to be where you get on social media and all these different things. But for him to say that we're not going to be using phones anymore, he's also saying, hey, we about to have this universal basic income. And we know that the new financial system is not going to be off of this dollar and this paper money no more. Esau's about to move to a digital system. We are about to move to a completely digital wallet, you know. But we can go ahead and get that Revelation chapter 13 and verse 14. You got that,
Um,
Ratazwan?
You said Revelations 13 and 14.
Come.
All right, let me get that real quick.
while he's getting that, because there was something that Trump came out and said too. Now we do remember, like sometime last year, I believe it was like mid to late last year, where there was a statue of Trump that was put up, and he was holding the Bitcoin, right? Um, and around that same time, there was information that came out that Trump was going to be, well, his attempt was to dump all the debt, the U.S. debt, into Bitcoin. Essentially, meaning that we're going to be falling into a digital system of no, yeah, pretty much a digitalized technical system, because that's all on. Bitcoin is not money, that it's not tangible money. Just like the digital money that Esau is trying to put on, like we're talking about with this MOTB, that's not physical money. It's numbers in the system, right? So this is something that Trump was talking about doing, which I haven't checked up on the status of it as of late, right? There's not too much news that came out on it, but this is something that they planned on doing at a point too. So it just complements um, the enterprise that he's trying to fulfill, essentially. Okay, but you got it, buddy.
I got that Revelations 13 and 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast,
Con.
saying,
So that so that right there, that's really, sort of a focus on this lesson, the miracles that Esau is saying that he can do in the sight of the beast, all the benefits that Esau is saying that would be brought from this chip. So we brought up the Neuralink, for example, and look how Esau is coming. There was an advertisement for, I don't know if it was for the Neuralink or another one of them brain. Now Esau's calling them brain computer interfaces, which is really just the RFID chip. But it was a man in a wheelchair, and but he was living alone, and he had that brain chip, and he was able to clean his house up. He was able to, he was enjoying some music, just having a dandy old time. And the point of the advertisement was showing, look, with this technology, he was texting his loved ones. They made it seem like all these benefits, all this beautiful stuff you can do with this technology. And that was the point of the advertisement. Look how prosperous your life can be once you get this, versus before he had that technology, he would have been helpless. How is he supposed to, have his house get cleaned up and turn his fan on if he got too hot, or, all these different things, you know? And so that's the miracles, and that's what's going to deceive a lot of people. Because it's not only the miraculous feats like the healing feats that is going to be able to do, but it's also um for example, in the episode, when the lady had the chip in her, there were certain things that she was able to do. Like she could turn up certain emotions in her body because it was messing with like her brain chemicals. Or she was able to turn up her peace receptors and feel more tranquil. Or she was able to turn up her pleasure receptors and enjoy things more. Food tasted better, and different things like that. And we don't know if that's exactly how the chip is going to work, but we know that Esau does things called the revelation of the method. If we could look that up, Baba Rashad.
I got you. The revelation of the method is a concept often associated with researcher Michael A. Hoffman II, suggesting that elites or a cryptocracy reveal their hidden, often malicious plans to the public through media, film, and art before they are fully enacted.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Esau does. He shows different things through especially movies, TV shows, through books, and it's things that he wants to accomplish in real life, such as this digital society. Like for example, the movie I just seen it recently, Demolition Man is a perfect example of revelation of the method of different things that Esau wants to bring to real life. Um, Such as the everybody having the chips in them. They all had chips in their right hand to unlock doors to get access to different buildings.
Yeah.
There was a lot of censoring of speech. You couldn't say certain things or have certain thoughts. 1984 is a perfect example of the revelation of the method. And so this episode falls into that same boat, of showing different things, the miraculous things that the chip can do. So we can read on that precept though, unless any brothers had a point.
Uh, nah. I have a point.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's it.
Con,
1 second, I'll come up back.
All right.
you want me to continue reading?
Con, you got it, bro.
All right. So yeah, it says going on in 14, well, 13 and 14, it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they shall make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
So Esau, it says that they're making an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live. So what's that beast that had the wound by a sword and did live? That's talking about the Roman Empire, because this current empire we're in, which is America, is the second coming of Rome. So it says that there's an image being made to that beast, which that image is basically a way of life, which is the democracy. It's the religion. It's the science. All the different ways and beliefs that Esau sets up that is basically life in Esau's image, contrary to life in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai's image. So there's an image being set up, and we can read on what it says about that image.
All right, in 15, well, yeah, in 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the
Mhm.
image of the beast should both speak and cause that many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So it says that he would give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak, and that image of the beast would speak in the way that we would see it applied in society, basically. Like democracy is active. These different ways that Esau pushes is active. The image is speaking. It's you know it's relevant. People are following it. And so it says that Esau will cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And what that word killed, that killing can be literal, but let's get into the definition of that word killed.
Got you. So I was looking at that, your word, just close.
Because it's going to get to a point to where this society gets very draconian. It's going to be like in 1984, where if you wasn't fitting into the society and being a good citizen, then you'll get re-educated. You'll get taken into that room and get tortured or get put to death because you were having free thoughts or things that was contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's why this is going to be the hour of temptation for us who are in this truth, because the things that we believe is Esau wants to shut this truth down. He doesn't want us calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He doesn't want us condemning this wicked kingdom. But the fact that we do, we're completely going against the image of the beast because we're calling everything that Esau has made the image of the beast wicked. You know?
Yeah, yeah, fine. Um, hey, and that's what our Lord Yahweh Shai said. He said, the world cannot hate you because it hated me because I testified the evil of it. You know, you just wanted to make that point, but I have that word for you pulled up, brother. The word
Hmm.
killed, from Revelation 13, verse 15. It says, Strong's G6, 615, which is apoktaneo, which says, like the brother mentioned, to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, allow to perish. Metaphor, to extinguish, abolish, to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life or procure eternal misery or hell, which is bullshit. But just being killed physically. But I'm getting that root for you, which says Strong's G575, apo, which says of separation.
There we go, right there, of separation. So that killing is it is not only talking about a physical killing. Some of us will be put to death for not worshiping the image of the beast, as it says in Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4, that some of us will be beheaded for the gospel's sake. But you have that killing, which is also a separation, where a lot of people who don't want to get this chip are going to be separated from society. Now you have that separation coming where, as we read down, when we get into verse 17, for example, it says that you won't be able to buy or sell unless you receive the mark. It's not just buying and selling, because everything is going to be in this system of the chip, all different sectors, healthcare, schooling, um, the grocery stores, anything that you want to get, buying and selling. If you want to get a car, you got to have the chip. That's the new way that you get it. If you want to, you know, uh, um, pay a bill, then if you don't have this new system of how we pay for things, then you can't pay for it. So you won't be able to sustain your house, all these different things. So you're going to be separated from society. You're not going to have ability to do these different things. Not only will you be separated because of lack of ability from not having a chip, but you're also going to be ostracized because what Esau is going to do, this chip is going to be the answer to a lot of different things. You got to understand that Esau is going to bring the chip in as a solution to when the dollar crashes, when society crashes. Everybody's going crazy and getting survival mode and wondering like, man, how are we going to like go on? And then Esau is going to come, hey, I got this new system. We about to revamp everything, but you got to get this chip to be in it.
Fine. I
So
got a
when you Come, Babu Shah.
yeah, I got a precept for that. It says in Psalms 55 and 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, so Esau will come and seem like he's being beautiful to you. Hey, I'm helping you out. This is what you need. But the whole time, what Esau wants is control over the population. You know, that's his goal. He wants control over the population. He wants to be in the position as the most high. But though he's not gonna say that outright. He's gonna act like he's just helping everybody. And what he's
Yeah,
gonna do is that he's gonna make those that don't want to get with that system, he's gonna make it as if they're evil. He's gonna make it as if they're the ones that are the problem. And that's what's gonna happen to us prophets and us who, not just us prophets, anybody that's, holding strong to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, we're gonna be enemies. Because you gotta think, you got a family that don't adhere to this truth and they get the chip and they gon' let's say they want your kids to get the chip. Let's say you got a woman and she want the kids to get, get the chip and y'all fighting behind that. Let's say you live in a house with family members and they all got the chip but you still don't got it and you not able to do certain things, go places with them, help out with certain things. They gonna look at you like, man, this dude, like, what's his problem?
yeah, yeah. And you'll fall into that. What, like it says in Matthew, which that's kind of already going on now. But even like that's a beautiful point. Is that the man's supposed to be there of his own household? You
Hmm.
know, not everybody's gonna be on the same accord. Especially like the men of the Lord. And I believe one of the brothers said it, not in this camp, but one of the beloved brethren out there mentioned in the video before. It's like, you you may have to just leave your family, man, in a case like that. Because our thing is we want to make sure our families are good, but just because they've been following along with us doesn't mean that they necessarily believe in the prophecies the same way that we do, especially when it's right in front of our face. When Esau's at the door saying, "Hey, you gonna have to, nigga, y'all gonna have to get this motherfucker," and you're like, "No, your family, what you doing?" Like, well, fuck them then. You know, but I see you on the other side. Because we're gonna come back in the kingdom. I see you in the kingdom. But our faith has to stand strong. I just wanted to make that point because that's what it sounds like. They of his man's folks should be of his own household. You know,
Con.
but that's it. And that's another point. People are gonna be forced into a corner. You know,
Yep.
but
Yep.
that's, you got it, brother.
Can we grab Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10?
Yep, yep. This is out of the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Okay, you can read on.
Right. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
So when Esau come with these different gifts and benefits, there's a catch. There's always a catch. Esau always have an ulterior motive. So it says don't trust him. Don't trust what he comes with. And this is especially a time for us to not trust Esau and what he comes with, which is going to be this chip. It's going to be very deceptive in the way that he's going to market it, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
You know, and Esau knows that a lot of people are privy to this chip. You got Christians that understand that the chip is the MOTB. So Esau is going to come with some type of workaround or something that's going to, he's going to cover it and make it seem like, nah, this ain't that, bro. I'm telling you, it's all good, you know? And like the brother said, people are going to be backed into a corner to where they're going to be need a solution to all the problems that are going to be going on. When we talk about Second Ezra 15, and people fighting each other, death out in the streets, sedition among men, all these different things, the chip is what's going to come in to stabilize all that. So a lot of people are going to be okay with it, you
Yeah.
know? And let's go to second Ezra, I mean not second, Sirach chapter 12 and just jump down to verse 16.
So you get into verse 16, it says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Mm-hmm.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
So what's that pit that Esau is looking to throw people into? That pit of his control. Let's get back to Revelation chapter 13. And because it's coming up here soon, what that control is, what he's really trying to do here. Let's go down to verse 16. Esau is trying to throw everybody into that pit of ultimate control. And hey, that's what happened in that episode we was talking about, that Black Mirror episode. Once she got that chip, it was she had to depend on it. She couldn't, it wasn't a thing to where, oh man, this is we can't sustain this, we can't keep this going. We don't like the side effects that this is having. It's like, nope, you already got it. Now you stuck.
Yeah. Hey, and that's beautiful because like you've been mentioning with how like pretty much they're gonna make it sound good. Because I started watching the episode again myself. And which I started watching it too late, so I kind of fell asleep. But the way it was being marketed, you had someone who was already had pretty much had the chip in a sense, and they were like, surgery's free. You already
Yeah, the surgery's free. Like,
because you already worried about your bills and how we gonna do this, and we can't really afford this and that. Surgery's free. You know what I'm saying? And now you locked in.
yep.
You know, because hell yeah,
Look,
free. Oh hell yeah, come on. I want to, all the benefits that come with it. Shit, yeah, it's free. Let's do this. Yeah.
hmm
Now you locked in, but then that's when the trouble started. But that's a beautiful point, brother. You got it though.
and look how Esau was moving when the C19 happened. You know, he was Esau was coming to Jake and trying to get them vaccinated first. It was like, hey, man, we got to make sure we get y'all good, And it's like, when does Esau ever do anything like that? Make sure that Jake is first served, and make sure that we handled. You know what I'm saying? Esau was coming to Jake neighborhoods and was like, hey, you don't gotta pay nothing. We gonna come to you and we gonna make sure you get this jab. And
Okay,
now look what happened years later. People getting sick because of it and did
yeah,
die because of it,
yeah.
you know? So that right there is an example. Don't trust Esau, you know? But we can go ahead and get that Revelation 13.
Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all both great, well, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads,
Right. So this is the world that we're going to, where Esau trying to have everybody with this, small and great, no matter your position in society, no matter if you rich or poor, you know, no matter if you imprisoned or not, no matter who you are, Esau is trying to have this this is going to be a universal system, and so let's get that where it says that mark.
You said you want the word?
Yeah.
When you get to that word mark, goes into Strong's G 5480 for charagma, which is a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist.
Right. So right there it says the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The scriptures say that there are many Antichrists, not just one ultimate Antichrist that Christians theorize who it might be. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump's the Antichrist. No. Antichrist is anybody that's against Yahweh Shai. There are many Antichrists, but we can read on.
Says the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work.
Yeah,
Uh,
so right there, like where it says the mark brand Salakia, where it says the mark branded upon horses. That that's why do you brand a horse? To show who it belongs to. Why were slaves branded? To show who that slave belonged to, what plantation it belonged to. So this charagma, this MOTB is going to serve that same purpose. When you get that, you are being marked and branded that you belong to who? Esau. And that's why we're not supposed to get it, because we belong to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. But once you get that chip, you are saying, I'm dependent upon Esau. I'm gonna have him give me the things that I need. He's gonna, sustain my life. He's who I belong to. He's my God. And that's why there's a destruction that's coming upon all those who receive this, because you are basically um completely turning away from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you know? And that's why we have to that's why the scriptures, constantly tell us to be faithful. Because in this time, yeah, things are gonna get tough. Yeah, it's gonna things are gonna crash and we ain't gonna know how we gonna eat, how we gonna sustain ourselves, especially once the system gets up and running and we ostracize, it's gonna be like, man, how am I supposed to live? But the Lord tells us that He's gonna sustain His people. Let's grab Matthew chapter 6 and we can go to verse we can go to verse 31 just to get straight to the point.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 31 says, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
The Lord knows that we need these things. And you don't think the Lord is going to take care of us after we have went out on our faith and denied Esau his system? He know that we're going to be in need. So don't we, when, like I said, man, what are we going to eat? What are we going to drink? How are we going to clothe ourselves? How are we going to have shelter? How are we going to, live?
Yeah. And this is why it's important for us to practice, going without now. You know what I'm saying? Because every time where we won't, as much as you want to eat, you won't be able to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in this time we have the liberty to just eat at will. Like, you get hungry fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. You can get up and go to a fucking taco stand or something. You know what I'm saying? You can go fucking to a De Leon's, 12 o'clock at night. Oh, I'm hungry. When you can go without. But there's gonna be a time where none of that shit's gonna be open. None of that shit's gonna be run. And, if we're not ready to go without now, because this precept is solid, and not saying what the brother saying is wrong, is completely on point, because the Most High will take care of His elect, and there's multiple precepts to prove that. But this takes faith.
Yeah.
If that faith's not being built up in the sense of rehearsing, not eating all the every time you get hungry, or just going to do something because you have the freedom to do it, but rather going without, then how would this apply to you? Just like when the book of Amos says, when it speaks about the day of the Lord cometh, what end should it be for you?
Mhm.
That applies to us as well. So Yeah, we gotta learn to go without too, because the Most High is gonna take care of His men. He said, "None shall fall through His fingers or out of His hand, man." You know, so His elect will be taken care of. But they know the ones in the world that have denied this word, have been denying the prophets, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, you know, not really giving a serious heed to the prophecies, like the famine that that's being manufactured right now. Okay, via through the Strait of Hormuz situation, where now the lands can't farms and things don't have fertilizer. You know, so now what does that mean? They're not able to grow things in abundance. Meaning there's going to be a shortage of foods in the stores. Meaning that what the foods in the stores are going to go higher, and people are already like, hey, the 2020 was a trial run, not the 2020, but certain situations have been trial runs, major storms where you got well, I mean that was a trial run too, the 2020, because when the people were so scared for their lives, running to the store and buying up fucking a year's worth of fucking toilet paper and Lysol, and this is like maybe like one person buying all this shit up. What about everybody else? So Esau has been manufacturing these situations. He's just been test running these situations because when shit gets real, the men of the Lord are gonna have to rely on the Lord. The people in the world, they're gonna fucking panic.
No,
And
hey,
yeah, you go ahead up.
but hey, not to take away from anything you're saying, but to add onto it, we gotta understand that not only is Esau test running, but the Lord has Esau doing the things that he's doing. So, and in a sense, these are test runs for us as well. The Lord is doing these different things. So, for example, in 2020, that was a test run of our faith. And for those of us who passed, that should strengthen our faith that we didn't get that jab or that we didn't, make haste in time of trouble. Shoot, even right now, this is a test run of our faith. You got gas prices increasing. You may be wondering, like, dang, how we gonna get through the week, man? My money getting tight. But when we get past these things and we, sit back and look how the Lord is providing and we stay strong through these different things, that should show us, okay, then I do have a level of faith. I do believe, and the Lord is making things work. So
Yeah,
why wouldn't He when things get harder? It's the same. It's the same power that got us through the easier things. It's just now it's harder upon us, but it's the same power that's there. You know,
point. That's it. You're right. You guys got it.
we didn't even read the article, did we?
We read the headline. We didn't touch it.
Let's
I still got to pull it up over here, brother. Whenever
I'm
you're ready.
trying to think because we never finished the we were still getting into that. Um,
Revelation
it's
13.
cool. Let's just read some of the article.
Kind. All right, so circling back to the article once again, it's from Yahoo Finance. And the spirit moves like that, though, brother. The spirit moves like that. It's from Yahoo Finance as of April 22nd of this year. It says Elon Musk says everyone can have a penthouse if they want, as AI and robotics trigger amazing abundance. So getting into it, it says a penthouse used to signal you made it. Tesla or TSLA and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk is talking like it could become standard. On April,
Yeah. So that's that prosperous life that Esau talking about. That a lavish life for right now. Like, what is a lavish life right now is going to be the standard in the future. And again, what's going to be the system to which people are going to have that? It's going to be under that chip. So, Esau basically going to say, hey, you could live a fire life as long as you have this. But the thing is, Esau going to take everything from people. That's where you have that Klaus Schwab uh quote. You will own nothing and be happy because Esau is who's gonna provide everything unto you. Especially once you get that chip, it's gonna be a thing to where the only way that you can have things and live in a certain way is if you're moving in a way that, well, you follow after Esau's image. You live in life how he wants you to. So if you saying and thinking things that he don't like, Shit, he gonna take away he'll take away your universal basic income. He'll
Hey,
take away your credits, you know?
God. Hey, I'm gonna just mention. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about it, but also on Black Mirror, there was episode that, matter of fact, you had told me about, brother. What is it called? No,
Nosedive.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it just explains that. Where that was more going into like your carbon footprint and how you act in society. You get docked off of how you act in society, but certain privileges were taken away if you were like if you said certain things, like you said things that were so called negative or considered hate speech, or you were mean to people. You had to walk around with a fake smile and have put on a bravado to pretty much be able to make it. So I just thought about that. I'm gonna go too much into it, but that Black Mirror is a good series to watch, man. It has some prophetic things in it, that we see, on certain of these articles and certain things that Esau is trying to accomplish in society now. But yep, that's it. You had someone else one?
La.
Con. You want to get back to this article, brother?
Yeah, we could read some more on that.
Okay. It says on April 18th, 2026. Musk jumped into a debate on X about universal high income and job loss in an AI-driven world. Instead of focusing on limits, he leaned into scale and productivity, um, which we have the article. We'll post the article in the post production because it just shows it just shows a chart going into it's pretty much the Tesla chart showing how's the approval of it over time, right? Which we'll post that. Um, It says, now getting to the next part of it says, actually, AI/robotics will mean everyone can have a penthouse if they want. He added that the output of goods and services will be several orders of magnitude higher than today's economy. Then he widened the lens. What is the future you want? Musk said, amazing abundance seems to be best to me.
And he an insider with that whole, with this so-called new world order system. So he marketed it himself. He like, man, that sounds good to me. I don't know why y'all don't want it. Y'all should want this too.
I make
You
you
know?
feel right.
Yeah, trying to make you feel stupid for not, being with it. But that's the thing, because he's with that as well, and a little um shifting the topic a little bit. Can we grab Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 23? Because what this technology is going to do for Esau, again, Esau has a God complex and he wants control over the people. And this is Esau's best way to mimic the power of the Most High, as best he can. So we can grab that precept whenever you got it up.
This is Jeremiah 23, verse 23. It says, excuse me, am I a power at hand, saith the Lord Yahweh, and not a power afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, saith the Lord Yahweh? Do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord?
Like it said, can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Said said Yahweh. And we can't. There's no place that anybody can hide from the Most High because the Most High has created us all. He knows what we thinking all the time. He knows our reigns. He and that's the thing. In Esau society, Esau could lose track of us. We can be somewhere that don't got no cameras. We can get rid of our phones. We can get rid of all these things that's in Esau's grid. But once you get that chip in you, Esau can track you all the time.
Yeah.
And it had the ability to know what you thinking, be in your brain. Esau can track your vitals and know what makes your heart race and what calms you and different things like that. As a matter of fact, there was a video that came out where they was talking about a future program that they want to come up with in prisons, where with people who commit different crimes, they want to put a chip in them and put them in a chamber where they basically serve their entire prison sentence in the span of 5 minutes, and it feels as if you served your sentence. And the thing with it is that the chip basically It basically inserts memories into your brain. It changes different neural pathways and inserts memories. So if Esau wants to do something like that, to where he can control your memories and make it seem like you lived parts of your life that you didn't live. Esau can make it to where he takes parts of your life that you live. Esau can make it to where he sees different memories. That's what Esau want to do. He want to know what you dream about. He want to know what you think about, what you are fond of, all different type of stuff. He wants to be God.
That sounds like misery. That shit sounds miserable, bro. To compact all that trauma and
I got a preset for that too.
God,
And
that's crazy. That's crazy.
But that's the thing. And that's another one of the miracles. Because even though it is that sounds terrible to live through all that, but it's only in 5 minutes, a lot of people would take that option because what's something that people get taken away from when they go to prison, they have to serve all them years. They get time taken away from them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, hey, I'll take this chip if I can serve my sentence, but I only get 5 minutes. That means I can still live to see my kids. I can still, I don't get pulled out of society. But we can grab what you got, Tazwan.
speaking on that God complex, it says right here in Isaiah 16:13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Khan, yeah. So that's his thing. He wants to be like the Most High, and so like with the Most High, where nobody can hide from him, you can't go anywhere and escape the Lord's sight. Well, now Esau is about to okay with this technology, I can do that, and that's where it talks about in Isaiah 47, I believe, where it says with this wisdom, it has perverted him.
yep.
The Lord has put this wisdom in Esau's hand and this technology, and with this technology, Esau like, you know what?
Hmm.
I can recreate everything the Most High has created. As a matter of fact, I can do it better than the Most High. And that goes into that image.
Yeah,
Esau created I mean, the Lord created man and woman to procreate and have children. Esau with his technology is gonna make it to where you don't even need a man or a woman. You can just take an egg and a sperm and create a child. Or you can artificially inseminate yourself with this technology. I mean, the Lord created ants, Esau created nanobots. The Lord created cows and sheep and goats for us to eat. Esau created artificial meat. You know, this is him creating everything in his image where he's like, see, look, I could do it just like the Most High do it. Why? We don't need the Most High. Little does he know the Most High gave you the ability to do everything you're doing.
damn, man. There was I should have downloaded it when I should have got it when they had it out there, but that's what his mind. You had that devil, Yuval Noah Harari. It came out and said exactly what you just quoted. He said that we should be better than the God of the Bible. That he came out and said it verbatim. Now I think they wiped it from the internet. It was just like a 20 second clip. It was like a short clip. This it was an older video, so it wasn't AI. This was him. Because nowadays you got to question it, but he said that exactly, and he's locked in with the elites too, man. We should be better than the God of the Bible. This is their game plan, man. So does that not have anything to do with the chip? You know, he's the same person that came out and said something about things being subdermal under the flesh,
Hmm.
talking about the chip. So he's locked in too. But they wiped that video, man. I wish I would have been on it, man. But yeah, that's it, brother. I was just looking for it as we speaking. But
So yeah, Esau is setting up this system, for him to mimic the Most High, and that's the thing, like I said it recently, the Most High said that ye should have no other gods before me, but how much more for you to say that you're God yourself,
right.
how much more would that piss Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai off, so do y'all brothers have any precepts? I had one, I'm not sure if y'all brothers had any more precepts or points. I have one more.
Uh,
Okay, Con, we can go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9.
it's Revelation 14, verse 9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
So it says whoever gets with this system, whoever gets that chip, or that I should more properly say, whoever gets that chip is going to suffer destruction. Those who are in America and get this technology, so like in 1 second I can
Yeah, yeah. Just
so,
know.
so like bro, I'm back. My
Okay.
my son was trying to barge in the room. But yeah, whoever, is in America is gonna suffer that thermonuclear fire, and be destroyed. And it says what? Um it says it's the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. What's indignation? Righteous anger. This is gonna be you don't want to feel the Lord angry. This is the Almighty power. This is the Most High, and he is saying that you're gonna suffer a blow from him and his anger. You don't want to feel that,
Right,
you know.
right. Yeah.
And so we can't get caught up in this this system that Esau is about to bring.
Oh,
Yeah, we gonna be tempted, but we gotta hold on to our faith. We gotta
right.
be temperate. We gotta, hold fast. You had something you was about to say? Come on. So we can read verse 11 as well.
No,
You
no,
got
I
that?
got
You can.
Matter of fact, Salakia, brother. I do have some. I found the video. I found it. I can play the sound bite if that's okay. It's 29 seconds.
That's cool, bro.
Con. I'm trying to play it to where brothers can hear it. Like now it has a like a commentary with it. It says well I just play it. I just play it. Here we go.
We can't really hear it, bro. You'll have to like
Okay, I could just read what he's saying.
let's do that.
So it says the only thing God managed to create are organic beings. Um, okay, it's moving kind of slow. All these trees and giraffes and humans, they are just organic, but we are now trying to create inorganic entities, inorganic life forms, uh, cyborgs, AI, and so forth. If we succeed, and there is a very good chance we will, then very soon we will be beyond the God of the Bible. So that's his words verbatim. So I found it on a different source. I'm gonna try to get it before they take this down. But yeah, that was his words. We will be beyond the God of the Bible, and that's what they're doing now. Everything is like you said, inorganic and pretty much unnatural. They're creating their art. They're really making this their heaven. They want to exclude the Heavenly Father and His works completely and create their own thing. Start from scratch. Starting with how they're dealing with food, the animals out there, how and ultimately boiling down to human beings being under their control. Esau is trying to control humanity, man. Right? But yeah, I had to bring that out. But yeah, that's it to that. I'm about to I'm trying to get this before Esau see this video. But yeah, you got it, brother.
And while Esau is doing all this work and he's gonna build this huge uh modern day Tower of Babel where everything is on the central system, everybody's using the same currency under the same system, under you know with this new world order, the Lord is gonna cast it all down, destroy it. We can grab that verse 11 whenever you got it, bro.
Yeah, I got it right here. It says
All right, come on, let's
in
get that.
Revelations 14, verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have
Kind of
no
says the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And what that's saying is that, the smoke from the destruction here in America is going to burn for a very long time. And it's gonna, be burnt, smoking for years. It's not going to be eternally burning because we understand that this place is eventually going to turn into a desert, and that desert creatures is going to dwell here and things of the sort. But it's going to be a very long time, and what does it say?
and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Right, and it says they have no rest day nor night, and that goes into what we spoke about earlier, where once you get that chip, now you got Esau in you. No, no pause. Those who get the chip got Esau in them, and so you have no rest day nor night because he's controlling what you do. You gotta move a certain way. You can't live how you want to. You gotta live how Esau wants you to. And you got that in the back of your mind all the time. Hey, as a matter of fact, in that episode, going back to that Common People Black Mirror episode, um. when you had to stay within a certain area for the chip to work, and they wanted you to stay in that space, and as soon as you walked outside of that area you shut off. They turned the chip off, and that's what Esau can do. He can make it to where the access you get with your chip gets turned off because you're not, you're going places you ain't supposed to. You moved outside of your 15-minute city, or you having ideas and talking about things you ain't supposed to. He can make it to where Esau could probably send a shock of pain through your body with the chip. Who knows? But it says that you ain't gonna have rest day nor night with it. So it may seem beneficial to get it, but once you get it, then the I forgot how the phrase go. I ain't even gonna try it. Basically you have to pay for it, you know? And let's read verse 12. We'll end it off with verse 12.
It says in Revelations verse 14, verse 12, it says, chapter 14, verse 12, it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are
Mm-hmm.
they that
Okay, you got it, bro.
um, and it says, here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High in the faith of Yahweh Shai.
So it says, here is the patience of the saints. It says those who receive that mark is going to be destroyed. This whole system is going to be burnt up. Here's the patience of the saints, because you got the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's elect, as it says. The Lord has reserved 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. That 7,000 represents a complete number. That's the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3 who will not have um uh you know fallen to the system. And when that destruction comes, they're going to be saved out of it, you know or they may have to be put to death, but they're going to be the first fruits of the kingdom. They're going to be resurrected. So those who continue to keep the Lord's commandments, continue to hold fast, continue to keep faith, it's going to pay off. It's going to be we will receive our reward. Lord willing, we be of that number. Y'all brothers had anything? So with that being said, once again, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachar We want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS, and salutation to the whole full elect. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.